All right, Shalom. First of all, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. And we're going to jump right into lesson. This is Psalm 24 and 10. It says, O Yahweh, how long shall the adversary reproach? And the word reproach means to defy, to taunt. So our adversary is basically putting up all of his wickedness in our face, man. Not only in our face, the face of the prophets, but also the face of our children and the face of our loved ones, man. The face of our families. And he's blaspheming the name of the Most High. Now, if you're a man of the Lord, says, shall the enemy blaspheme that name forever? And if you're a man of the Lord, you know, you find that vexing at times, man. You know, you find that vexing that they're so bold and defiant with it, man. Because once you learn this truth, you pretty much understand how things are supposed to be. And when you compare them to the things, how things are, then it becomes very vexing. And this is the same question that the men of the Lord asked in the ancient days. They want to know how long, because they were tired of the shit that they were going through. You know, they had a spirit of intolerance toward those things, so it vexed them. So we asked the same question. We asked the same question: how long? You know, because we hasten the coming of the Lord. We can't wait till that time unfolds, man. We can't wait till Salat. We can't wait till more prophecies come to pass. You know, because it can't happen soon enough. So let's go ahead and get a few more scriptures. Psalms 13. Psalms 13, I'll start at verse 1. It says, this is Psalm 13 and 1. It says, how long wilt thou forget me, O Yahweh, forever? How long wilt I hide thy face from me? And this is what David, he spoke these words. You know, and there was a time in his life where he felt that the Most High wasn't answering his requests or prayers or even he felt that, you know, like, where's the Lord at, basically. And you're gonna feel like that in this truth, man. At times, you're gonna feel like that when you go through certain situations and things. You know, and the Lord does that to you to either make you or break you, so to speak. You know, this is all a test and trying of the Lord. The scripture said he tried the reins of the heart. Let's go ahead and get that. See if I spelled it right. This is Psalm 7 and 9. Yeah, this also speaks of our wanting and desiring for wickedness to come to an end. Psalm 7:9. Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just. For the righteous Yahweh tries the hearts and reins. So us having to tolerate the wickedness of the earth and the wickedness of these Edomites, heathen, and 2/3 that are around us, that's part of the trying of our faith, man. That's part of the trying the hearts and reins. So let's get the word hearts. See here, the hearts right here. It says mind. So our mind, man. Yahweh tries our mind, our mental thought process, our attitude, our mentality towards things. You know, and you gotta have a patient mentality. It says in rain. Just go to get that. Kidney is the seat of emotion and affection. So it's gonna have an effect on you, man. It's gonna have an effect on you mentally and emotionally. The wickedness of that and things that are around you. And these are all for the trying of the elect, man. The trying of your faith. You know, to build you up, man. To build up your tolerance and your steadfastness in this truth. You know, and that's what the truth is all about, man. It's all about spiritual growth. Seeking the Lord. You know, we went through a previous lessons a few days ago of speaking about praying for wisdom, praying for understanding, praying for others. You know, and prayer is a part of our spiritual growth as well. But the things that we have to tolerate in this life as far as wickedness and vexation go, are all for the trying of our minds and emotions. It's a lot. So these are a few more scriptures that talk about how the Most High, He tests you. Psalms 26:2 is examine me, O Yahweh. See, so hey, wait, that's a to ask the Lord to examine you is basically for Him to point out your faults. It says, examine me, O Yahweh, and prove me. Try me, try my reins in my heart. And we went into what that was about. So that's part of the truth, man. This is another good one right here, Jeremiah 17:10. It says, I, the Most High, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. So it's not just the knowing and knowledge of the truth, it's the implementation and practice of good works in all shapes and forms. And good works is not always making videos and preaching. There's got to be action behind words. There's got to be lifestyle changes and certain actions that you do in your life that prove those works, prove the things that you say, prove the things that you preach about. Try to write that back again. I, the Most High, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. And even it says here, Wisdom 1:6, it says, for wisdom is a loving spirit and will not acquit a blasphemer of his words. See, so a blasphemer of his words, so you can't be saying one thing about the faith, about brotherhood, about this, that, the other, and then not practice those things. For Yahweh is a witness of the reins and a true beholder of his heart and the hearer of his tongue. So we're made accountable for all the words that we speak. I mentioned this in previous lessons. If you're telling brothers that they got to pray, then you got to be praying. If you're telling brothers that they got to fast more, then you got to fast more. If you're telling brothers that they got to do this, that, the other, and if you're not doing that, guess what? The Lord's going to try you on those words. He's gonna make you like be what you're about. And that's how one of the ways that he tries us, and the endurance of wickedness and all his vexations are also one of the ways he tries as well. That's why it's good to practice having a patient spirit. So let's go ahead and get a few more scriptures. Let's get Psalms. Let's get back here. Psalms 82. It's a lot. I think it's another one. And this is another Psalms. Crying out to the Lord to hastily, to hasten his coming, to hasten his judgment, to hasten the establishment of righteousness. It says Psalms 89:4-6. How long will Yahweh thou hide thyself forever? Shall thy wrath burn like an oven? Remember how short my time is run. I was made all men vain, and I want to jump down to the approach. Not the approach, to the point. It says, remember Yahweh, the reproach of thy servants, how I do bear in my bosom the reproach of all the mighty people. And I think in this verse, this is speaking of Yahweh Shai. So he had the same sentiment, man. Because if you go into the commentary on this verse, it speaks of Yahweh Shai. So how long Yahweh will thou hide thy face forever when God speaks with people? Those people, for their while seems long and a kind of eternity to them. Yeah, that's a sentiment that we feel. And so it seemed to the man Meshach Yahushai, and indeed what he endured when his father hid his face from him was the same kind, was eternal absence. And then it gives us some references. Shall thy wrath burn like fire? It did so when Yahushai bore the sins of his people. And all the punishment due unto them, when the stream was dried up like a potsherd, when he, the antitype of the Passover lamb, rolled his fire, was sacrificed for us, all which entirely considered with Yahweh everlasting and very beloved to him as his own son. See, so even in Gil, the commentary, they show the difference between the Most High and his Son. They don't claim them as one entity. But Yahweh Shai had that same spirit, man. That same spirit of of wanting to know how long. You know, he anticipates, he's waiting for the green light. He anticipates the coming back for the destruction. You know, let's get Revelation 6 and 10. It's a lot. It says Revelation 6 and 10. And this is the talking about, I think it's the angels. We'll find out real quick. This is talking about the martyrs of the elect. You know, when the Lord, you know, puts them through the paces and they become martyrs of the word. And when they're in the spiritual realm, they're going to be crying to the Most High, asking how long. It says, Revelation 9, we opened the fifth seal. I saw on the altar the souls of them which were slain for the word of Yahweh. That's all the prophets, man. The majority of the prophets were martyrs. And also other men of the Lord as well. And also there's going to be quite a number of the elect that's going to be martyrs as well. And for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Yahweh, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? You know, so that's the right mind state to have, man. To constantly ask Most High how long. You have to hasten the coming of the Lord. That's the mindset. You know, you shouldn't want to spend another fucking day here, man. You know, I know, brothers, we don't look forward to another day here. No one looks forward to another day of hell. And it can be very much hell at times. Let's get a few more scriptures. We'll close it out. Let's get Luke 21. Let's see here. And this speaks of martyrs as well, as mentioned in Revelation 6 chapter. Let's start here. I'll start right here, Luke 21:12. You know, and this requires that this what the Lord is talking about. It's going to require that you have a spirit of patience. It said, before all these they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogues, to the prisons, that being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. Those times are coming, man. The time of the persecution of saints is coming. So it's good to go through difficult things now to build up your tolerance and endurance to those things. And it shall turn to you for a testimony. See, so these things that are brought upon us is for us to have a testimony. Let's get that word testimony. It says something evidential, that is generally evidence, testimony. It's given or specifically a decalogue, and to be testified, testimony, witness, something. It says something evidential, so it's going to be proof. It's going to be proof, man, of your faith. Settle it therefore in your hearts, not to meditate before what you shall answer. For I will give you a mouth, and so the Spirit's going to be guiding us these days. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. And you should be killed. You should be betrayed both by patience. Slakia. You should be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinsfolks and friends. But some of you should call be put to death. So meditate on that, man. Meditate on basically all those that you consider loved ones turning their back on you. You should be hated of all men for my name's sake. But there shall not a hair of your head shall perish, because there's gonna be a grace upon the men of the Lord. But the key I want to get was verse 19, and patience possessing your souls. Let's get that word patience in that verse. Constancy, enduring, patient, continuance, steadfastness, constancy, endurance. In the New Testament, the characteristic of a man who has not swerved from deliberate purpose is loyalty to faith and piety, even the greatest trials and sufferings. So see that's a spirit of the elect. That's a spirit of a man of the Lord. You know, because even Paul spoke of that. He said he knows how to be abased and be abound. You know, he said he can go through all these things. You know, so that's things that, you know, we can meditate upon to strengthen our spiritual muscle, so to speak. With that being said, I hope most I word hope is edifying. I said I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Call Allah Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Let's keep on pushing. Shalom.